So as we're talking about holding on to the old isn't necessarily bad. The old is good. The Lord was doing good things back there, but we cannot be so committed and diligently loyal to the old that we end up missing where the fire by night and the cloud by day has moved to. Does that make sense? A lot of times we think, well, I gotta have vision, I gotta have direction. And the Lord will always give us enough vision to keep us going. But there are some seasons to where we don't know exactly where we're going. But I think in those seasons, that is an opportunity to, number one, be comfortable with mystery. Those of us on the West, those of us in our particular culture, in America and Europe, we don't know what to do with mystery. You know, some of us have grown up to where a good Christian has an answer for everything. You know, have an answer, a reason for the hope that you have. And it's good. And apologetics is good. Having a biblical response for things, having an answer, all of that stuff is really good. But sometimes, all the time, God is God. He's bigger than us. And there's some things we're not going to have an immediate answer for. And we need to be comfortable in that place of seeking yet still not knowing. A matter of fact, I believe in healing ministry and a lot of supernatural ministries. If we're waiting to understand everything before we start, we'll never get there. Sometimes we just have to step out into the unknown. There is a few things, no matter what the vision for our ministry and life is, that we do know. We know that God is good. We know that He's our loving Father. And if we may not have, the season we're in may not even really be focusing on where we're going or what we're called to or what we're doing with our hands. But when we don't know all those things, we can begin to focus on who He is. Humility is saying, I might make a mistake here. I'm flawed. I'm on this road. God's perfecting me. He's working in me. I'm a work in progress. God's done good things through me. But at the end of the day, it's Him. At the end of the day, it's Him. And it's also that humility is putting other people's needs before yourself. The net of relationship and the strength of our fellowship will only be as strong as our willingness to put one another before each other, before ourselves. Does that make sense? You know, if we begin to say every man for himself, that connection, that net, the strength of our fellowship, it falls apart. But if we're willing to defer to one another, if we're willing to be at that place where we're trying to think of other people's needs greater than our own, then all of a sudden the fabric of our fellowship begins to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And no matter what comes down the pike, we'll be able to take care of that.